I start this video, I have a quick infomercial. Ready, set, hey guys, do you guys want some free playmats that I personally customize myself? Like these playmats over here? All you guys gotta do is subscribe to my second channel called SamHamTV to enter into this contest. Type in the search bar, SamHamTV, hit the subscribe button and find the latest video. It should be called Welcome to SamHamTV. Then like that video and comment anything on that video, and that's how you guys can be entered into the contest. That's it. Well anyways, I'm interfering with the video. So, what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from Team Samurai here, and today I'm coming at you with my updated SATELLARKNIGHT deck profile for the April 11, 2016 format. And I know you guys have all been requesting for this deck profile, so here it is, my SATELLARKNIGHT deck profile, guys. So I really hope you enjoy. If you guys do not want to watch this deck profile, I completely understand. Make sure you guys visit the description box below to check out the deck list of this deck if you guys do not want to watch the deck profile. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started on my SATELLARKNIGHTs. And I actually been playtesting this deck for quite some time now, for actually a month or so, and I actually try to make this deck as competitive as possible, competing against the current format. So you know, this deck is still viable, but the only reason why this deck, you know, just slowed down a bit is because we lost 2 rotas, and you know, Monarch is actually a deck. So once they actually activate that domain and you have no outs to that domain, you basically just sit there like, yo, like what do I do at this point? And if you don't open up deneb, it pretty much sucks as well. So you know what, this deck, like SATELLARKNIGHTs, you have to open up your search cards as much as possible to get your engines going. And yeah, so I built this deck to compete against the meta. So without further ado, let's just start with this deck profile. And throughout the deck profile, I'll explain to you guys my main deck options, my side deck, and of course my extra deck options as well. So enough talking. Let's get started with this deck. Very simple. You want to play triple deneb, your search of the deck. You want to see this card in your opening hand as much as possible. This card is absolutely amazing. You want to search your altairs and get your engine basically pumping as fast as possible. So you want to see this card in your hand first turn, especially when you want to go first. So you want to see deneb, or if you don't see deneb, you want to see either unukhali or even reinforce with the army. But you know what? Double deneb is actually triple deneb. I mean, it's definitely amazing. Next, you're gonna play triple altair, your wolf bark of the deck. This card is absolutely amazing. You guys don't know what wolf bark does. He basically continues your engine with altair and deneb. Really good. Next, you're gonna play triple unukhali. If you don't open up deneb, you want to see an unukhali in your hand as much as possible as well. And my deck actually plays a lot of, you know, graveyard revival, like, you know, cards like Call the Haunted and Oasis of Dragon Souls work really well in this deck. So you want to see this card as much as possible as well. It's either you open up this card or you open up this card with Call the Haunted or Oasis of the Dragon Souls. So these cards you want to see in your hand as much as possible. In your opening hand, you actually don't want to see altair, but you want to see these 3 cards, these 6 cards as much as possible. So, you know, triple unuk. And last but not least, we're going to play double vega. Vega is really good for the sole purpose that it can help you go, you know, first turn triverr. If you have, you know, vega and altair in your hand, you know, basically you have triverr. And basically, I want to play 2 copies of the deck is because I want to have extra targets to search for with deneb. And also, I don't like the fact that when a lot of people play 1 and you already use 1 to summon off the altairs and things like that, I don't want to have to, you know, keep using Call the Haunted to provide this card back from the graveyard. So that's why I decided to play 2 copies in this standard version. So in my personal opinion, double vega is really good, since, you know, it's deneb can search this card, and you know, deneb has basically an extra search target instead of always, you know, let's say that you run out of targets, you know, deneb basically has an extra search target for vega. And this card is really good because if you open up first turn vega and deneb, you can go into tsukinomi, and you can basically just plus off that first turn. So 2 vega, in my personal opinion, is definitely needed in the main deck. And let's go off with our last monsters. If you want to play double maxx's for the meta, I try to build this card to compete against the meta as much as possible. So maxx, especially going second, is very good. I find myself that if my opponent were to blow me out, you know, not game one, well, like for the first turn, I rather maxx my opponent to make them stop their plays. And if they don't stop, you SATELLARKNIGHTs basically get, you know, tons of a hand advantage. You basically are in a great position. So maxx basically stop your opponent from going off. So you want to see this card in your hand as much as possible as well. So maxx is just very good in this deck, because, you know, it stops your opponents from going off, and if your opponent goes off, you basically get to draw a lot of cards. So you know what, that's pretty much it for our monsters. Let's go off to our spells. We're gonna play double skybridge. I was debating whether to play this card or duality, but I felt like this card is definitely better. So all you need to do is opening up any other SATELLARKNIGHT monster, and you can basically skybridge into a deneb to get your search engine going as well. The card is really good. And the really good thing about this card is that it can dodge bottomless trap hole, which is very nice. And it can drop, it can also, what is it called? Dodge a lot of problematic cards as well. So skybridge is very good. So double skybridge, you want to see this card in your hand if you don't open up deneb, but open up any other Tellarknight monster, which is pretty good. Sometimes you would open up the dead altair, so in your hand you can go summon altair skybridge and bring out deneb, which is really amazing. So double skybridge, very versatile, and the fact that it's quick play, it's very good. So you can activate it during your opponent's end phase, which is very nice as well. And next round, play raigeki. This card clears boards, which is nice. The one instant fusion, I always play this card as one. This card is really good. Helps you go into norden and basically instant rank 4 XYZ. You can basically game your opponent against Causal matchup if you go into instant fusion, norden into utopia, and utopia lightning. Just destroy the Causal dark destroyer, which is very good. Instant fusion is amazing. Next round, I'll play triple twin twister. This card is the new card of the format. This card is absolutely amazing, especially in this deck. Because let's say that you dead draw you dead draw cards like dead draw monsters, and you open up a Call of the Haunted. What you can do is that you could twin twister, ditch the deneb. No, let's say that you already summoned. Let's say that okay, this is a very bad situation, but let's say that you open up double deneb. What you can do is you can summon deneb, search altair, set twin twister during your opponent's end phase. Just twin twister, ditch the deneb, the extra deneb from your hand to the graveyard, activate Call of the Haunted to bring out the deneb, so that way that you can search your vega, and then next turn you basically have vega. You can overlay those two into anything, castel, anything, and then you can detach and then go vega, altair, deneb, get another search, and basically go off from there. So twin twister is very good, since it has utility with Call of the Haunted, since you can ditch your dead cards in your hand like altairs and things like that to basically use it as fodder for Call of the Haunted, which is very nice. And twin twister is really important in this deck for the sole purpose that domain is actually a card. To be honest, guys, you don't even auto-lose to Monarchs. You auto-lose to Domain. So, you want to see this card in your hand as much as possible. So either you want to see raigeki or you want to see Twin Twisters in your hand as much as possible. So, that's why I play Triple Twister, Twin Twister, and Fog Blade is a card as well. So, you know what, hitting the Fog Blade with Twin Twister is very nice. And hitting the Solemn Strikes as well is, can be pretty good as well. So that's pretty much it for spells. And then you go to Soul Charge, Rota, and last but not least, one Foolish Burial. I do play heavy, graveyard revival engine, like Call of the Haunted and Oasis. So if I don't open up a Nook or deneb, I want to open up Foolish Burial. I want to send my deneb to the graveyard. The next turn during my opponent's turn, I can always Call the Haunted back. Or let's say that if I need cards like altair in the graveyard, I can go, send altair to the grave, activate Call of the Haunted, and just basically go off from there. So Foolish Burial is really good. It's essentially the second, the fourth unukhali of the deck, and it's basically the second rota of the deck as well. So I love playing the Foolish Burial in the deck, and this card is really good. Thins out your deck as well, and it just basically dumps more fodder for Call of the Haunted to your graveyard. And it's if you don't open up, as I said before, if you don't open up deneb or if you don't open up a Nook, you want to open up this card, so you can send cards to the graveyard. And essentially with Foolish Burial, you can basically go first turn triverr, which is really nice. So that's pretty much it for our spells. Off to our traps. You guys don't know how heavy Tellarknights play back row, and it's pretty annoying. So let's go out with the back row. Triple Nova. This deck has its built-in Solemn Judgment, which is absolutely amazing. Next, you're gonna play double fiendish. I cut this down to 2, but if you guys want to play 3, you guys can definitely go ahead and play 3. But I just couldn't find space for a third one. I did want to play a third, but throughout testing, this card already comes out enough, and there's other cards in the deck that can always combat against the meta instead of Fiendish, because Fiendish does absolutely nothing against the causal matchup, and you definitely can play better cards instead of Fiendish. But the really good thing about Fiendish is that it's continuous, and it can always be recycled back with triverr, which is very nice. One man is emptiness. Amazing. Double Storm Mirror Force. Card helps you compete against the meta as well. Cause Dark Destroyer, you can't basically target. And once your opponent has a board of Beatrice, and Dante, just Storm Mirror Force the whole entire board back to their hand, which is absolutely amazing. So double Storming, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Solemn Strike. I did want to bump this card to 2, but I did not have enough space to play this card at 2. So this card is definitely a great one of in the deck, and I decided the second one, which is pretty good. So double 1 Solemn Strike, 1 Timespace, and 1 Bottomless for Rafflesia. If you open up a board with Rafflesia, like set 4 back row, you pretty much set. So Timespace and Bottomless is really good to come back to use it off as Rafflesia fodder, and also it helps you combat against the meta. And like Timespace helps against Beatrice, Dante, and Timespace also helps against the causal matchup as well, which is very nice. And same purpose as a Bottomless Trap Hole, really good against the causal matchup. Next one, I'll play double Oasis Dragon Souls, and last but not least, triple Call the Haunted. I'm not kidding, guys. You want to this whole entire like Tellar Knights, like my whole logic for Tellar Knights is that you want to revive your altairs from your graveyard as much as possible. You know, this deck basically loops triverr. You know, you want to loop triverr as much as possible because triverr is literally one of your win conditions. If you drop triverr, you basically recycle, you know, the entire board into the hand. It's basically like a big giant grenade. And, you know, next turn, you basically set up your Call of Hunters again and just basically do the same thing every single turn, which is absolutely crazy. And you have cards like, you know, like Foolish Burial. You have cards like, you know, unukhali. No, you have cards like Twin Twister, unukhali, and things like that. It's always dump cards to the graveyard, which is very, very nice. And, you know, if you open up first turn, what is it? If you can go first turn, bujin, tsukinomi with Call of Haunted, you're pretty much set. You can basically blow out your opponent next turn. So hopefully, you know, unless you're facing against Monarchs and they have, like, you know, domain out. But that's going to be very unfortunate. But anyways, these cards are blowout cards. They can help you OTK your opponent. And the really good thing about these cards is that, you know, they basically help you, compete against the meta. They always let you revive cards from your graveyard, which is absolutely amazing, and it stops opponents from OTKing you, which is very, very good. Because Call of Haunted, essentially with altair, is basically 2 monsters, so basically protects you from being destroyed that turn against the causal matchup, which is very, very nice. And you know what? You basically want to loop triverr, and these cards are really, really good. You know, cards like Oasis Dragon Souls, Call of the Haunted, and Fiendish Chains are very good for the Silver Burst that they're continuous spells, so you can always recycle it back with triverr, which is very, very good. So that's why I do play the 5 calls. Well, yeah, the 5 monster revival engine of the deck. But I actually see last format I was actually playing this card at 3. I actually might you want to bump Oasis Dragon Souls 3 because it's just that good. So yeah, guys, let me know what do you guys think about the trap lineup. You know, this trap lineup is just very standard for Tellar Knights. I shouldn't even have to be explaining this, but you know what? Some people, you know, like you'd be surprised that a lot of people don't understand how even Tellar Knights works. So that's why I try to explain to you guys all my card choices as much as I can. So let's go out with the side deck. Side deck is always up to personal preference, but this is what I play so far for the side deck. You want to play 1 Chimera Tech, which is very, very good. Cards busted, especially against a causal matchup. And you want to play double Cyber Dragon. I actually might even want to incorporate Prisma in the deck because you can search it out Rota, but that's just very, that's theory. It's not as good as in Heroes because in Heroes you do play double E-Claw and a Rota to search out your Prisma for Cyber Dragons. But anyways, you know, the 1 Chimera Tech and 2 Cyber Dragons definitely fine in this deck. But if you guys have systems down, I would recommend playing systems down instead. So substitute these 3 bad boys out for triple systems down. Next one, I'm going to play double Dark Hole. Very, very good. Double Flying Sea. Dark Hole is the same purpose as Twin Twister. Gets rid of your Monarch's boards, which is really crucial. Double Flying Sea for the BA matchups. Card's broken. Double Anti-Spell Fragrance. Ask them if they can smell it. Card's really good. Next one, play double Master Restrict. I want to bump this card to 3, but this card is, you know, it's like I think it's like $10 or something right now for a common Master Restricts. I don't have a 3rd one, so you know I have coped with 2 so far. Next one, I'll play Third Strikes, Timespace for the Cosmo because you do play Rafflesia in the extra deck. And last but not least, double Shadow Prison Mirror. Card's hilarious, really good against the BA matchup, and kind of reminds me of the olden days where Tellar Knights, BA, and Shaddolls were the best formats of were the best decks of the format. So Shadow Prison Mirror brings me the nostalgic feels of that format. So that's pretty much it for the side deck. Let's go out to your extra deck real quick. You want to play triple Tellar Knight Triverr. You'd be surprised on how much you actually need a 3rd one. This card is actually phenomenal, really, really good. Card is busted. It doesn't target, so basically can easily erase the entire Cosmo board, which is pretty good. And once he dies, he basically gets special summon Tellar Knight monster from your graveyard, which is absolutely amazing. So triple Triverr, 1 Delteros, 1 Diamond, which is nice. 1 Norden for the instant fusion, 1 Castel, 1 Tsukinomi, 1 number 106 Giant Hand. And the really good thing about Norden as well is that you actually only need 1 to go to the graveyard because Call of Haunted triggers Nordens as well, so which is really, really nice. So, you know, continue out with the XYZ, Castel, bujin, Tsukinomi. This card is amazing. Open up Vega, deneb. You basically set your back rows and just basically draw 2 more cards, which is very, very good. 1 Giant Hand, amazing. 1 Trap Rafflesia, Abyss Dweller, 101. Nagusa Emerald, Utopia, and Utopia Lightning to round off our extra deck. And this card is the Cosmo Killer. I call this card the Cosmo Killer because this card is absolutely phenomenal. The Nagusa Emerald helps you recycle back your altairs and things like that to your deck. 101 is alright. I actually might even want to cut this card out, but you know, so far this card is working wonders for me. Abyss Dweller is Rage Self-Explanatory. Really good against Cosmo. and giant hand. Basically, you're walking finishing the deck, which is amazing. So this is pretty much it for my deck profile, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys haven't yet subscribed for my contest to my SamHamTV channel, make sure you guys do that. I'm telling you guys right now, you guys can be expecting a lot of great things from SamHamTV. That's why I'm gonna actually do my my basic life stuff on YouTube. So make sure you guys check out SamHamTV, support me. That'll be absolutely amazing, guys. And thank you so much for watching this video. You guys asked for it, and I always deliver. Here it is, my SATELLARKNIGHT deck profile, and this is Sam from Team Sam signing out. Peace out, guys.